Hi, my name is Steven Stokes, and I'm a real estate agent with REMAX Realty Team in Cape Coral, Florida. And it's Saturday, and I'm at the office, I'm working, and I want to make a video asking you for a job. But you know, it's Saturday, but it could be any day, because I work 7 days a week. I'm always available. How I want to ask you for the job is by telling you a very short story about my great-grandfather, Bela Stokes. More than 100 years ago, Bela came to this country with nothing. And he tried to get a job at the local department store where everybody was working, but they wouldn't hire him because he couldn't read or write. But Bela was good with his hands. He was a tradesman. So he did what he knew how to do. He built things. He took all of his savings and bought lumber and materials, and he built a single-family home. And he tried to sell that house for $3,000. But you know what? There were no banks financing properties in those days, and no one had any money. The economy was toast, if you remember. The economy was trashed at that time in history. So what Bela did was he asked for $10 a week, and he set up a payment system where people could buy the house, and on Fridays when they got paid, they could go to his home and pay his wife $10 towards the purchase of that house. Before Bela knew what was happening, there was a big demand, and he had to hire other tradespeople. And he actually put bunk beds in his basement and had those people sleep in his basement, and his wife fed them while they were building these houses. I am the fourth generation of Stokes. That business that started from humble beginnings grew to an empire that my father, Doug Stokes, ran that did over 100 million in transactions. As my great-grandfather Bela would say, real estate is the best investment because people need a place to sleep. You can't argue with that. If you're a buyer and you're looking for me to represent you, I'm going to negotiate the very best price for the property you're looking for. I'm going to assess the history of that property, see what was paid for it in the past. I'm going to look at the current condition and review that. I'm going to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and find the fair market price of that home. And if there are things you don't like about it, we're going to negotiate those things to be fixed. A lot of times buyers think they're going to get a better deal with the listing agent. That is absolutely incorrect. The listing agent works for the seller, not the buyer. They are always going to have the seller's best interest ahead of the buyer. All things are negotiable, including commissions. So you don't have to worry about getting a better deal with the listing agent. What you need to worry about is making sure that the property you want is the property you get. That's what you're going to get with me representing you. If you're unavailable, I'll do live video streams of the property. I'll show you what's good and bad about that property so you can make a decision as to whether or not it's something you truly want to invest in. And when you're ready to go, when you're ready to pull the trigger and buy that property, I'm going to handle all the paperwork, everything for you, no headaches. If you're a seller, getting the right representation is the most important thing you can do to make sure you get the price you want for your property. I do creative open houses. In fact, during the first 30 days of your listing, I will usually do 3 open houses a week. I invite other agents to bring their clients that are already hungry to make purchases to your home. I stage your property to make sure that it presents exactly the way we want it to present and get us the highest market price. Now, I don't know anything about staging homes. I bring in other people that are experts in the area to tell us what it is we need to do with that property to make it perfect. And I do that at my own expense. I promote your property online, Facebook, YouTube, Google, all at my own expense. I'm invested in selling your property as much as you. I want you to get exactly what you want for your property, and I want you to be happy. I pre-screen the people interested in your property. I make sure that they have the funds available so they don't waste our time. And when we get the right buyer, we move on it quick. The first 30 days will see the absolute most. In the first 30 days, we're going to get an abundance of people looking at the property, hungry to make a deal. We're going to pick the one that we feel is best for us. So again, what I'm doing here today on Saturday in my office is I'm asking you for a job. I want you to hire me to represent you, and I want you to be proud of the representation. I'm not looking for a single transaction here. I'm looking to be your real estate agent for life. I want you to refer me to your family and friends. I want you to be able to say, hey, call this guy Stokes. He is great. He is going to make everything painless. He's going to make everything smooth. He's a great agent. And I want you to be proud of that referral. I'm Stephen Stokes. My cell phone is 239-645-2405. Call me right now, we'll talk, and you can interview me on the phone. Make sure that I'm right for you. It's a choice you won't regret. Thank you.